dedication song by very well-known Karnataka vocalist Srimati K.R. Shyama.
Mangalam Sanmangalam Ananda Chinmaya Mangalam Manninagashathinum Kaattinnum Agnikkum Jalathinum Ennum Urviyilinggu Vazhan Mangalam Shubhamangalam Mangalaprabhayarnu Satyasanatanatvamiyennu Sarvacharacharangalum Inganandatayarna Kalavumuttu Vazhan Mangalam Sanmangalam Andhyamageyagannu മിഴിയിലാകെയും അതിനുമേലകമിഴിയിലാകെയും ഒപ്പം ഈ ഭുവനത്തിലാകെയുമെത്തുവാൻ ശുഭമംഗളം മംഗളം സന്മംഗളം ആനന്ദ ചിന്മയ മംഗളം.
Thank you, Srimati K.R. Shyamaji. And we are going to have her full concert after this award presentation ceremony. Now I request the President Sahitya Akademi, Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji, to welcome the chief guest of this evening, Dr. Ranjit Hoskoteji, with a bouquet of flowers and also shawl. Thank you. Respected Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji, President Sahitya Akademi, Sri Ranjit Hoskoteji, eminent poet, writer, translator, critic, curator, and scholar, and chief guest of today's function, Sri Madhav Kaushikji, Vice President Sahitya Akademi, all the award winners present here, writers and scholars who are assembled here today, media friends, and honorable friends of Sahitya Akademi. I am glad to welcome all of you for this ceremony to present Sahitya Akademi Translation Prize. Before proceeding further, I join President, Vice President, Chief Guest, and the Executive Board members of Sahitya Akademi in congratulating the award winners present here. My congratulations and best wishes are not only for those winners who are present here in the dais with us today, but also for all the translators across the world. It is such a happy coincidence that today is the International Translation Day and we are having Translation Prize presentation ceremony. And our chief guest today, Sri Ranjit Hoskote, is an ace translator and Sahitya Akademi Translation Prize winner himself. Everyone knows that India is a multilingual and multicultural society, and translation plays a huge role from the translation of text to everyday commercial transactions and more. Today, I would like to just share few of my thoughts and how translation plays huge role in the social development and progress in all the cultures, and also how it helps in uniting various societies across the globe. Outwardly, translation may appear as an activity of transporting content from one form to another, from one script to another. For the majority, that is the beginning and end of translation. But on closer scrutiny, it will appear that translation is at the center of knowledge acquisition, social development, material progress, and plays major role in expanding the horizons of people everywhere. Just imagine the world without translation. None of the scientific discoveries, literary classics, economic treatises, or philosophical canons would have reached the other societies. World would have remained darker and full of closed communities and societies. Here says would be ruling the roost instead of philosophies, superstitions will be the order of the day instead of scientific principles, and more than all that, without exchange of ideas, especially in the sphere of economic world, most nations will still be engaged in the barter system. Only because seminal philosophical treatises, scientific discoveries, and economic theories, etc., were shared among nations through translation that many countries were able to advance and in turn also contributed for the progress of other nations and societies. So, translation is not only responsible for the social progress in each society, but also help in other nations to progress. Translation, therefore, is the driver of progress and enable and empower people of all sections of the societies. Then there is another social function of translation that I mentioned as unifying force. Again, this too is not visible on the surface or at first glance. When a particular piece of literature gets translated into another language, it is not merely translation of text from one language to another, nor it is merely a transformation from one script into another. When a literary text gets translated into another language, what happens is the cultural components of the source culture also gets exported into other languages and cultures. Possibility of transportation of culture is a hotly debated topic. For my welcome speech, I would like to just keep that cultural components do get transported, even though to what extent to open to debate. Let us have that discussion in some other forum and some other time. I just want to share some of my thoughts on what happened between two or more communities with the translation of a text. When a work is translated from one language and culture to other languages, regions, and cultures, the very translation increases people's understanding of other cultures, enhances the awareness in them about other cultural and literary traditions. All these have a total effect in increasing tolerance and acceptance because of the enhanced awareness and understanding about other cultures, practices, and traditions. Increased acceptance results in cooperation and amity among the communities and societies, less bigotry and hatred, and this will lead to lasting peace and harmony among nations. So, what is needed urgently in the increase in number of translations in every country on earth? Not only literary classics and scientific works, but philosophies, economic treatises, history, anthropology, and every bit of work should be translated and shared among nations. When people realize that taboos and morals are relative religious and philosophical principles evolve according to the need and other conditions, or language and literature are determined by the biocultural diversity, one's horizon widens. Doubting Thomases of this world, who are glued thickly to their armchair, may not believe this role of translation. For all such people, evidence is not hard to find, and in fact, they need not look beyond Sahitya Akademi. Sahitya Akademi, India's premier literary institution, carries the best of literature from one region and language to other regions and languages of the country and in the process widens the horizons of millions of people. Academy has been rendering this literary service to the country for the past 68 years and in fact acting as bridge between varied traditions and various communities of India was one of the first mandates handed over to Sahitya Akademi by the founding fathers. In fact, 75% of Academy's publications are translations. It is true that over several decades, Academy's focus and role in this direction has narrowed, and nowadays Academy is publishing mostly translations of Academy award-winning titles. That is for another day and another platform. We are one of the institutions who are dedicated to translation. India is a vast country and we need more institutions and in fact the entire community of translators in the country to translate more. I thought of not touching this as this is the joyous occasion of prize presentation, but then I will be failing in my duty since this is the International Translation Day. Promotion of translation will remain a slogan unless translation starts selling and publishing houses start respecting and promoting translators in a big way. Then the slogan will become a reality. We are trying our best, but we need everyone on board. We are happy to be back in Thrissur, one of the ancient seats of scholarship and excellence in India. Thrissur is at once conglomeration of various religious and philosophical traditions and also the bridge connecting traditional and modernity. Over the centuries, many streams of thoughts, ideas and philosophies have flown over the streets of Thrissur. It is such a happy coincidence that we are back in Thrissur once again for the translation prize here after the gap of almost 12 years and that too on International Translation Day. Friends, I am really happy that Sri Ranjit Hoskote, eminent English poet, cultural theorist, curator and translator, has kindly agreed to be with us as the chief guest of this evening. I heartily welcome and thank him for accepting our invitation and more. He has 7 collections of poetry and an English translation of celebrated 14th century Kashmiri woman saint poet. And he curated India's first ever national pavilion at the Venice Biennale under the title Everyone Agrees. It is about to explode and co-curated the 7th Gwangju Biennale. And he has curated retrospectives of several major Indian artists including Jahangir Sabawala, Shakti Burman, Atul Dodia as well as M.F. Hussain and Jogen Chaudhary. He has been visiting fellow at the International Writing Program, University of Iowa, and writer in residency at Villa Walberta, Munich, Theater der Welt, SN Muhlholm and Polish Institute, Berlin. He has also been researcher in residence at Basisburg, Actual Kunst, Utrecht, and he has received the Sahitya Akademi Translation Prize, Sahitya Akademi Golden Jubilee Award when he was young, that time when we celebrated Academy's Golden Jubilee celebration that he got that award, and the S.H. Raja Literature Award and the Sanskrit Award for Literature. Welcome to Sri Ranjit Hoskote ji. I also heartily welcome Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji, President Sahitya Akademi, prominent poet, playwright, folklorist, film director in Kannada language, the founder Vice Chancellor of Kannada University in Hampi, who has kindly agreed to preside over this function. And he was the chairman of Karnataka Nataka Academy and the National School of Drama, New Delhi. And he has 25 plays, 11 anthologies of poems, 5 novels, 16 research works to his credit. And his plays have been widely translated and staged in several Indian languages and published in English as well. And he has made 5 feature films and a number of documentaries for Government of Karnataka and Government of India. And he was a Fulbright scholar and has been conferred with many prestigious awards including Padma Shri by the President of India, Jnanpith Award, Sahitya Akademi Award, Sangeet Nataka Akademi Award, Sangeet Nataka Akademi Fellowship, Kabir Samman, Kalidas Samman, Karnataka Sahitya Akademi Award 5 times, Pampa Award, Joshua Award from Andhra Pradesh, and many more. Last December, he was also conferred with Padma Bhushan by the Government of India. Welcome to Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji. A warm welcome to Sri Madhav Kaushik ji, Vice President Sahitya Akademi, and eminent Hindi writer who has kindly agreed to grace the occasion. And he has 29 published books to his credit, including poetry collections, short story collections, criticism, children literature, translation and edited books. Some of his books and poems have been included in the curriculum at graduate and postgraduate level in different universities. And he has written script and lyrics of award-winning telefilm Hari Bhari Haryali Dharti, and presently he is also the chairman of Chandigarh Sahitya Akademi, and he is the recipient of Shiromani Sahitkar Samman, Mahakavi Surdas Samman, Babu Bal Mukund Gupt Samman, Hans Kavita Samman, All India Balra Shani Award, Millennium Award, etc. Welcome to Sri Madhav Kaushik ji. With these few words, I am glad to welcome all of you once again, and also take this opportunity to thank the Indian writers community for their continued patronage and support through 68 years of Sahitya Akademi. I thank and welcome the representatives of our print and other media who have responded to our invitation. Thank you all. Now I request Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji, President Sahitya Akademi, to address this august gathering.
Dear Sri Ranjit Hoskote, eminent poet, curator, art critic, scholar, and internationally acclaimed writer, who is the chief guest today, Sri Madhav Kaushik ji, Vice President, Sahitya Akademi, Dr. Srinivas Rao, Secretary, Sahitya Akademi, and all the award winners and friends. It gives me great pleasure to be here today with all of you. Translation is the fulcrum of Indian culture, even though that is something not acknowledgeable enough and expressed widely. Imagine what confusion and chaos would prevail in the multilingual society like India if there is no translation. In Indian culture, we adopted Anuvada, that is different from the European translation, with the point of view to ensure meaning does not get lost when the message travels to diverse cultures. We have been adopting stories, epics, poems, songs, and plays for more than 2000 years, and we have been adopting well by altering the text to suit the local cultural milieu. This way of carrying the text and cultural components from one language, region, and culture to many languages, regions, and cultures ensure that the original message reaches the target languages and audience. This way of carrying the literary creations, religious treatises, etc., resulted in even the alien cultural elements got transported to distant regions and cultures. So, Lord Krishna in the original text, along with all the accompanying cultural connotations, got transported easily when that character, the idea get altered little here and there to suit the target culture and language. These award winners today with us and those who won the award but could not be present here, and all the translators all over the country are rewarded for their translations, no doubt, but honoring their translations is Sahitya Akademi's way of honoring the age-old traditions of Anuvada, and that I just mentioned. What I am talking about is just one of the many ideas of dimensions of the translation, and in this country alone, there are hundreds of perspectives of Anuvada. This is the beauty of diversity of languages and cultures. More diverse cultures and more inclusive it will be, and also more expressive it will be, Democracy can thrive only in such cultures. This is the idea, rather, the ideas of diversity and inclusiveness that are the reason for Sahitya Akademi to present Translation Prize in 24 Indian languages recognized by it. My best wishes to all the winners of Sahitya Akademi Translations Prize 2021 and to all the translators of India in all the languages. And it is a pleasant coincidence that today is the International Translation Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, the presentation of Translation Prizes 2021. As per the practice and convention of the Sahitya Akademi, the Vice President Sahitya Akademi will present a bouquet to the award winner, and the prize amount of 50,000 and also a plaque will be presented by President Sahitya Akademi to the prize winner. The translation prize in Assamese goes to Pori Hiloitari. Pori Hiloidari is an eminent Assamese writer and translator, born on 1st May 1969 in Golaghat, Assam. She has master's and doctorate degrees in English literature. Besides Assamese, she knows Hindi and English. Currently, she is teaching English literature in the Handy Girls College in Guwahati. She has 5 publications to her credit. Danti Parar Manu is an Assamese translation of Mamang Dai's The Legends of Pensam. The novel is based on the tribal life and the folklore of Arunachal Pradesh. The translator, using apt similes, metaphors, and crafty usages of lucid language, has successfully brought to the target language audiences the nuances of the tribal thought, lofty philosophies, sublime poetic current running through the original text, and in short, has managed to bring home the pristine, pure world of Arunachal Pradesh tribal life. Because of her expert translation, the folklore of rich and dense Arunachali folklore does not appear distant and remote to the Assamese audience. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Assamese on Pori Hiloidari for her outstanding translation, Danti Parar Manu. Thank you. Due to some personal unavoidable circumstances, the Bengali awardee Neeta Sen Sharma couldn't make it, and the award in Bodo goes to Indira Bodo. Indira Bodo is an eminent Bodo poet, lyricist and translator, born on 20th January 1969 in Lower Para village, Assam. She knows Assamese, English and Hindi besides Bodo. She has master's and doctorate degrees in Bodo literature. At present, she is serving as Dean, Faculty of Languages in Bodo Land University. She has been writing for the past 3 decades and lists Birinchi Kumar Barwa's Jeevanar Batat as major influence. She has Aizav, a poetry collection, and 31 other collections comprising various writings, 1,500 lyrics, and a large number of musical features to her credit. She is a recipient of several prestigious awards, including Prabhan Borgoeri Literary Award from Bodo Sahit Sabha, and 7th Venus International Women Award. Hirimba is the Bodo translation of Jayanti Gogoi's Assamese novel of the same name. Hirimba is the tale of the Queen of Northeast that is being told since the times of the Mahabharata, and over the period of centuries has accumulated many cultural vestiges of diverse traditions into it. The Bodo translation has been masterfully crafted by the translator to exclude any possible alienation effects, and the translator, by using the lucid language, apt metaphors, and highly relatable Bodo diction, has successfully brought home the grand tale of yore to contemporary Bodo sensibilities. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Bodo on Indira Bodo for her outstanding translation, Hirimba. Thank you. The translation praise in Dogri goes to Neelam Sareen. Neelam Sareen is an eminent Dogri writer and translator, born on 1st October 1964 in Jammu. She knows English and Hindi besides Dogri. She has master's and doctorate degrees in Dogri literature. She has been writing for the past 22 years and has 7 publications to her credit. She has been part of various editorial and other committees. Pakistan Di Hakikat Kanne Robru is a Dogri translation of Satish Verma's Hindi travelogue, Pakistan Ki Hakikat Se Rubru. The original work is the travelogue detailing the experiences and encounters of the author during his visits across the border. The translator has skillfully captured the spirit of the original and brought out the experiences in Dogri by use of lucid diction, apt phrases, and easily relatable jargons. The Dogri reader can be at home reading this book as if it is the original work in Dogri, and therein lies the success of the translator. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Dogri on Neelam Sareen for our outstanding translation, Pakistan Di Hakikat Kanne Rubru. Thank you. And the translation prize in English goes to Shanta Gokhale because of her advances she couldn't make it. And also the same with Gujarati Translation Award winner Sonal Parikh. And the translation Hindi में अनुवाद पुरस्कृत घनेंद्र कुरकुरी. धर्मेंद्र कुरकुरी प्रख्यात लेखक और अनुवादक है. आपका जन्म 1 अप्रैल 1942 को कर्नाटक के मुगाद में हुआ तथा आपको हिंदी के अलावा अंग्रेजी तथा कन्नड़ा भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है. आपने हिंदी साहित्य में स्नातकोत्तर की उपाधि प्राप्त की और हिंदी के प्रोफेसर पद से सेवानिवृत्त हुए. आप प्रतिष्ठित लेखक और अनुवादक है तथा कन्नड़ा और हिंदी में परस्पर अनुवाद करने में निपुण है. आप द्वारा किया गए उल्लेखनीय अनुवाद कार्यों में शामिल है आज की कन्नड़ कविताएँ, कलिकथा बाईपास तथा ज्वालामुखी पर. आपको कर्नाटक साहित्य अकादमी से साहित्य श्री पुरस्कार, कन्नड़ साहित्य परिषद से चोडराया प्रशस्ति, राष्ट्रीय पुरस्कार, बालकृष्ण साहित्य पुरस्कार, कदम्ब सेवा साहित्य पुरस्कार, SV परमेश्वर भट्ट पुरस्कार तथा केंद्रीय हिंदी निर्देशालय, भारतीय अनुवाद परिषद, कर्नाटक कुवेंपु भाषा भारती प्राधिकार आदि कई प्रतिष्ठित पुरस्कारों एवं सम्मानों से अलंकृत किया गया है. ज्वालामुखी पर बसवराज कटिमणि के कन्नड़ उपन्यास ज्वालामुखी मेले का हिंदी अनुवादक है, जिसमें श्रमिक वर्ग के संघर्ष, गरीबों के शोषण तथा उनकी पीढ़ियों को दर्शाया गया है। अनुवादक ने स्रोत भाषा से लक्षित भाषा में जटिल तथा गहरे सहानुभूतिपूर्ण चित्रण को सफलतापूर्वक रूपांतरित किया है। समकालीन पाठकों के लिए बोधगम्य भाषा, पूर्णतया विश्वसनीय अभिव्यक्तियों तथा सूक्ष्म रूपकों के प्रयोग द्वारा अनुवादक ने हिंदी पाठकों के लिए सराहनीय अनुवाद कार्य प्रस्तुत किया है। ज्वालामुखी पर जैसे उत्कृष्ट अनुवादक के लिए धर्मेंद्र कुरकुरी को हिंदी का अनुवाद पुरस्कार प्रदान करते हुए साहित्य अकादमी प्रसन्नता का अनुभव कर रही है। Translation praise in Kannada goes to Guruling Kapse. Guruling Kapse is an eminent Kannada writer, critic and translator, born on 3rd April 1928 in Hireloni, Karnataka. He knows English, Marathi and Prakrit besides Kannada. He holds a master's degree and doctorate degree and retired as a professor. He also served as chairman of Karnataka Sahitya Akademi. He considers Bendre and Madhur Channa as major influences on his literary career. He has 40 published works to his credit. In his illustrious career, he has been feted with prestigious awards and honors, chief among which are Varadaraja Adya Prasasti, Kannada Sahitya Parishat, Dr. Venkatachala Prasasti, D.R. Bendre Rashtriya Prasasti, etc. Ondu Putada Kathe is a Kannada translation of V.S. Khandekar's Marathi autobiography, Eka Panachi Kahani, that chronicles the life of this multi-faceted personality and also brings to the fore culture and life of Konkan. The translator has used a lucid language, relatable idioms and phrases in Kannada and deployed a direct yet not a literal translation that makes the translation easy for the Kannada readers. The translator has succeeded in bringing into the consciousness of Kannada cultural milieu the practices and more of Konkani communities along with the remarkable life of Khandekar. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation praise in Kannada on Guruling Kapse for his outstanding translation, Ondu Putada Kathe. The translation praise in Kashmiri goes to Pyare Hatash. Pyare Hatash is an eminent Kashmiri writer, poet and translator, born on 1st March 1948 in Anantnag, Jammu and Kashmir. He knows English, Hindi and Urdu besides Kashmiri. He holds a bachelor's degree in education and master's degree in English, Hindi and Urdu. He has about 50 publications to his credit, including 15 collections of poetry and a number of translations. He is the recipient of Prime Minister's and Chief Minister's awards for best books and other prestigious awards. Tavi and Pak is a Kashmiri translation of Dogri Kahaniya written by various Dogri writers that deal with a range of subjects but are predominantly humanistic in essence and universal in appeal, showcasing the entire gamut of human existence. The translator has successfully brought in all the elements of the original by deploying apt metaphors and expressions while maintaining fidelity to the original. The translation, by bringing home varied expressions and colors of life from the Dogri thought, has enriched the cultural milieu of the target language. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation praise in Kashmiri on Pyare Hatash for his outstanding translation Tavi and Pak. Thank you. The translation prize in Konkani goes to Geeta Shanai. Geeta Shanai is an eminent Konkani writer, translator, and editor. Born on 13 June 1954 in Mulki, Karnataka, she knows English, Hindi, Kannada, and Tulu besides Konkani. She holds master's and doctorate degrees in Kannada literature. She retired from the Indian Telecom Department and also served as a secretary of Karnataka Women Writers Association. She has more than 80 published works to her credit, and that includes translations, biography, criticism, children's literature, and research works. She was also the editor of multilingual translations of Kannada Vachanas. She is the recipient of Kuvempu Bhasha Bharati Honorary Award for the total contribution to translation and Rajyotsava Award, among others. Bahujihva Bharatik Ikyatyachi Arti is a Konkani translation of Kuvempu's Kannada essays Vichara Krantige Avahana. The collection is a depiction and portrayal of vast canvas of Kannada culture and society over a long period of time, including the analysis of thoughts of the masses, practices, and philosophies. The translator has employed a lucid language, very apt expressions and metaphors while translating such a massive book. She has succeeded to bring the Kuvempu's visionary analysis intact into Konkani language while maintaining fidelity to the original. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Konkani on Geeta Shanai for her outstanding translation, Bahujihva Bharatik Ikyatyachi Arti. Thank you. The award in Maithili goes to late Shikha Goyal, but no one could able to represent her. The translation prize in Malayalam goes to Sunil Naliyat. Sunil Naliyat is an eminent Malayalam writer and translator. Born on 4th May 1969 in Kolkata, he knows Bengali, English, and Hindi besides Malayalam. He holds a master's degree in mass communication and MPhil degree in journalism and mass communication. At present, he is working with LIC India, and he has 14 works of translation and an original work to his credit. He has translated distinguished writers such as Rabindranath Tagore, Mahasweta Devi, Sunil Gangopadhyaya, Suchitra Bhattacharya, Taslima Nazreen, and Manoranjan Bepari. He is the recipient of Kerala Sahitya Akademi Award, Rajanagari Pratibha Puraskaram, and Professor Kaliyat Damodaran Memorial Translation Award, among others. Bashai Tudu is the Malayalam translation of Mahasweta Devi's Bengali novel, Operation Bashai Tudu. That is a portrayal of exploitative system in India concerning landless agricultural laborers and tribal communities. The translator, while abiding by fidelity, has yet successfully carried the vividness and immediacy of the horrors captured in the original in the target language. Translation is full of perfectly apt expressions, metaphors, and lucid language, and more than that, it does justice to the original masterpiece. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Malayalam on Sunil Naliyat for his outstanding translation, Bashai Tudu. Thank you. The translation prize in Manipuri goes to Mohammed Muhizuddin Ahmad. M.M. Mohammed is an eminent Manipuri translator, writer, and a legal advisor. Born on 21st August 1953 in Singerband, Assam, he knows English and Hindi besides Manipuri. He holds bachelor's degree in law and is a lawyer and legal advisor by profession. He was the General Secretary of Manipur Writers Association and is presently legal advisor to 2 nationalized banks in Impal. He is the author of 13 books, including translations. He is a recipient of Ningojam, Ningthem Jaw, Ningsing Koiri Rol Mana Translation Award for Umrao Janada in 2021. Umrao Janada is the Manipuri translation from English translation of the Urdu novel Umrao Janada, written by Mirza Muhammad Hadi Ruswa, and chronicles the life of the iconic courtesan Umrao Jan. The translator, by using lucid language and amenable expressions that render the original text from a remote culture to the sensibilities of local Manipuri culture. The translation is successful because of the deft use of the language and widens the horizons of Manipuri readers by bringing home the knowledge and awareness about the other cultures. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Manipuri on M.M. Mohammed for his outstanding translation, Umrao Jan Ada. The translation prize in Manipuri goes to late Kumar Navate, and it will be received by his wife, Srimati Rekha Navate. Sorry, Marathi, yeah, sorry. Late Kumar Navate was an eminent Marathi writer, scholar, and translator. Born on 23rd January 1943 in Pune, Maharashtra, he knew English, Gujarati, and Hindi besides Marathi. He held a bachelor's degree in arts and was a businessman for 3 decades. He commenced writing after giving up business and has 3 published works to his credit. He was deeply interested in writing, literature, and music, and was deeply influenced by Mangesh Padgaonkar, Grace, Mark Tully, and R.K. Lakshman. He passed away on 13th January 2022 at the age of 79. Sea of Poppies is the Marathi translation of Amitav Ghosh's English novel of the same name. Sea of Poppies is the saga of a number of characters who all in the later half of the novel find themselves taking passage from Calcutta to Mauritius on a schooner named the Ibis, and is the stark portrayal of the life and culture of the times, especially the poor of the country and that of indentured laborers. The translator, by the use of direct and lucid language, apt metaphors, and highly relatable expressions, has made it the enjoyable experience for the Marathi readers to read the translation. The translation has definitely enriched Marathi literature. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Marathi language on late Kumar Navate for his outstanding translation, Sea of Poppies, that will be received by his wife, Srimati Rekha Navate. Thank you. Translation praise in Nepali goes to Sanjeev Upadhyaya. Sanjeev Upadhyaya is an eminent Nepali writer and translator born on 1st January 1970 in Gelapukuri, Assam. He knows Assamese, Bengali, English, Hindi and Sanskrit besides Nepali. He holds master's degree and doctorate degree in zoology and is an academician. He has more than 20 published books to his credit, of which 4 are translations, 7 original works and 10 are edited works, apart from a large number of articles in prestigious national and international journals and magazines, and some of his writings have been included in anthologies also. He is the recipient of Best Researcher Award in 2019. Babu Chora is the Nepali translation of Homen Borgohain's Assamese novel Pita Putra that captures in vivid detail in social changes, tensions arising out of generational gaps and struggles and travails of common people that are set historically in the Assamese society. The translator has used simple and lucid language, deployed apt idioms and phrases, and that makes the reading of the novel easily relatable to the Nepali readers, even though setting up the story is in some other culture. Translator has successfully transported Assamese culture elements to suit the local Nepali cultural milieu and sensibilities, and therein lies the success of the translation. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Nepali language on Sanjeev Upadhyaya for his outstanding translation, Babu Chora. Thank you. Translation praise in Odia goes to Gaurahar Das. Gaurahar Das is an eminent Odia writer, poet, playwright, translator, critic and journalist. Born on 24 January 1959 in Sandhagada, Odisha, he knows English and Hindi besides Odia. He holds master's degree in mass communication and journalism, Odia language and literature, and also a doctorate degree. At present, he is the feature editor of Samvad, editor of Katha Monthly, and is also the principal of Samvad School of Media and Culture. He has 70 published works to his credit, in addition to a large number of articles and essays, and his publications include novels, fiction, translations, plays, poems, criticism, edited volumes, and travelogues. In his illustrious career, Gauri Haridas has been feted with a number of prestigious awards and accolades such as Sahitya Akademi Award, Odisha Sahitya Akademi Award, accolades from Sangeetha Nataka Academy and Chaso Spurti Committee, among others. Cheli Charai Bara Dina is the Odia translation of Benjamin's Malayalam novel Adu Jeevitam, that is the chronicle of the travails of the Indian migrant who goes missing in Saudi Arabia, and in turn the entire book highlights the plight of millions of Indian migrants. The translator, using direct and lucid language, deployment of relatable phrases and idioms, and apt metaphors, makes the work sounds native to the readers in the target language. The success of the translation lies in breaking the cultural barriers and suiting the entire work to local Odia cultural milieu through crafty translation. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Odia on Gauri Haridas for his outstanding translation, Cheli Charai Bari Dina. Thank you. Translation praise in Punjabi goes to Bhajan Peer Singh. Bhajanpir Singh is an eminent Punjabi writer, translator and academician born on 18 January 1968 in Sultanpur Lodhi, Punjab. He knows English and Hindi besides Punjabi. He holds bachelor's degree in education, master's degree in Punjabi history and political science and postgraduate diploma in journalism and mass communication. Currently is serving as a Punjabi lecturer. He has about 10 publications to his credit. He is the recipient of Tasman Sahitya Puraskar for translation in 2021. Pratinidhi Kahaniya is a Punjabi translation of Uday Prakash Hindi short story collection, thus Pratinidhi Kahaniya, that captures and chronicles the lives of common people, their joys and sorrows, their travails and triumphs. The translator, by using direct and lucid language, relatable expressions, and apt metaphors, has made the reading a pleasure for the Punjabi readers. His crafty translation has imported the cultural elements of other communities and lands, but with enough suitable local Punjabi cultural sensibilities and components, and therein lies the success of the translation. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation prize in Punjabi on Bhajanpir Singh for his outstanding translation, Pratinidhi Kahaniya. राजस्थानी में अनुवाद पुरस्कार संजय पुरोहित। संजय पुरोहित प्रख्यात राजस्थानी लेखक, कवि तथा अनुवादक है। आपका जन्म 21 दिसंबर 1969 को राजस्थान के बीकानेर में हुआ। आपको राजस्थानी के अलावा अंग्रेजी तथा हिंदी भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है। आपने अंग्रेजी साहित्य, बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन तथा पत्रकारिता में स्नातकोत्तर की उपाधियां प्राप्त की। संप्रति आप राजस्थान राज्य सरकार में सेवारत है। आपके पिता श्री बुलाकी दास बावरा का आपके साहित्यिक जीवन पर गहरा प्रभाव है। आपकी 4 कृतियाँ प्रकाशित है। इन पुस्तकों के अलावा आपकी कविताएँ, व्यंग, कहानियाँ, लेख, फीचर्स आदि कई प्रमुख समाचार पत्र पत्रिकाओं में प्रकाशित है। आपको मैथिली शरण गुप्त पुरस्कार, पंडित विद्याधर शास्त्री पुरस्कार, राजस्थान राज्य पुरस्कार, राज्य सरकार पुरस्कार तथा शंभू शेखर साहित्य पुरस्कार से सम्मानित किया जा चुका है। हेली रे माए रमा मेहता कृत अंग्रेजी उपन्यास इनसाइड द हवेली का राजस्थानी अनुवाद है, जो पारंपरिक अभिजात वर्ग के परिवार में विवाहित महिला द्वारा संकटों का सामना किए जाने का दर्शाता है। इसके साथ ही कई महिलाओं द्वारा सामना किए जाने वाले विभिन्न प्रकार के संकटों पर भी प्रकाश डालता है। अनुवादक ने बोधगम्य भाषा, सटीक अभिव्यक्तियों, उपयुक्त मुहावरों का उपयोग किया है तथा इससे भी महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि राजस्थानी पाठकों की संवेदनाओं के अनुरूप दूसरी भाषा से सांस्कृतिक घटकों को अनुवाद में शामिल किया गया है। यह अनुवाद इस मायने में सफल है कि यह राजस्थानी पाठकों को मूल का सा आस्वाद प्रदान करता है। इस अर्थ में यह अनुवादक द्वारा किया गया एक उत्कृष्ट अनुवाद है। हेली रे माए जैसे उत्कृष्ट अनुवाद के लिए संजय पुरोहित को राजस्थानी का अनुवाद पुरस्कार प्रदान करते हुए साहित्य अकादमी प्रसन्नता का अनुभव कर रही है। धन्यवाद। The translation prize in Sanskrit goes jointly to R. Ganesh and Shashi Kiran BN, but both of them couldn't make it. संथाली में अनुवाद पुरस्कार दमयंती बेसरा। दमयंती बेसरा प्रख्यात संथाली लेखिका, कवयित्री तथा अनुवादिका है। आपका जन्म 16 फरवरी 1962 को उड़ीसा के मयूरभंज में हुआ। आपको संताली के अलावा अंग्रेजी, हिंदी तथा उड़िया भाषाओं का भी ज्ञान है। आपने स्नातकोत्तर तथा वाचस्पति की उपाधियाँ प्राप्त की। हाल ही में आप प्रोफेसर के पद से सेवानिवृत्त हुए। आप सन 1975 से लेखन कर रही हैं। आप पंडित रघुनाथ मुर्मू के साहित्यिक कार्यों से प्रभावित है। आपकी 6 कृतियाँ प्रकाशित है। आपको साहित्य अकादमी पुरस्कार, पद्मश्री, बंजी प्रज्ञा भारती सम्मान, जनजाति प्रतिभा सम्मान तथा बंजीपुत्र पुरस्कार आदि से सम्मानित किया जा चुका है। श्री गीत गोविंदा जयदेव कृत संस्कृत गौरव ग्रंथ गीत गोविंदा का संताली अनुवाद है, जो भगवान कृष्ण और राधा के बीच दिव्य लीला को दर्शाता है। अनुवादिका ने स्थानीय संताली सांस्कृतिक परिवेश के अनुरूप स्पष्ट भाषा, उपयुक्त रूपकों तथा उपमाओं का प्रयोग सावधानी पूर्वक किया है। अनुवाद बोधगम्य है तथा समकालीन संताली साहित्य संसार के आलोक में जयदेव के कालातीत गौरव ग्रंथ को प्रस्तुत करता है। इस प्रविधा ने संताली संस्कृत और साहित्य को समृद्ध किया है। श्री गीत गोविंद जैसे उत्कृष्ट अनुवाद के लिए दमयंती बेसरा को संताली का अनुवाद पुरस्कार प्रदान करते हुए साहित्य अकादमी प्रसन्नता का अनुभव कर रही है। धन्यवाद। The translation praise in Sindhi goes to Meena Gopi Rupchandani, but she couldn't make it. The translation praise in Tamil goes to Malan. Malan is an eminent Tamil writer, critic, translator and journalist, born on 16 September 1950 in Srivilliputtur, Tamil Nadu. He knows English and Tamil. He holds bachelor's degree in arts and a master's degree in journalism from the University of Florida, USA. He has 22 published works to his credit, including novels, fiction, poems, translations, edited works, research work and criticism. And he is the recipient of Krititva Samagra Samman, Tamil Nadu Government's Best Translator Award, Lifetime Achievement Award from Urata Sintanai, Kamban Virudu and Kannadasan Virudu, among others. Varu Pinantukien Valratru Kurippugal is the Tamil translation of Cyrus Smith's award-winning English novel Chronicle of a Corpse Bearer, that is a poignant tale of Elchi, who falls in love with the daughter of a corpse bearer and eventually becomes the corpse bearer himself. The translator has depicted in Tamil the plight and emotions of various characters employing narrative techniques matching the original work. His lucid style, coupled with deftness, make the translation veritable, and translation turns out to be the window for Tamil readers to the Parsi world and culture. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation praise in Tamil on Malan for his outstanding translation, Varu Pinantukiyan Valratru Kurippugal. Translation praise in Telugu goes to Kakarla Sajaya. Kakarla Sajaya is an eminent Telugu writer, translator, journalist and documentary filmmaker, born on 19 March 1965 in Machilipatnam, Andhra Pradesh. She knows English and Hindi besides Telugu. She holds a master's degree in English literature. She is a freelance journalist and columnist. She has 6 published works to her credit. She is the recipient of Best Translation Award from Sri Potti Sri Ramulu Telugu University and UNICEF Best Documentary in Social Awareness category, among others. Ashuddha Bharat is the Telugu translation of Bhasha Singh's Hindi non-fiction Adrushya Bharat that depicts the plight of manual scavengers in India and the policies in this regard in 11 states. The translator has used lucid language in translation, relatable expressions, and apt metaphors to ensure the central message of the original reaches even the masses in Telugu-speaking regions. The translation succeeds in highlighting the misery and apathy of the public and state towards this community. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation praise in Telugu on Kakarla Sajaya for her outstanding translation, Asuddha Bharat. Thank you. The translation praise in Urdu goes to Arjumand Ara. Arjumand Ara is an eminent Urdu writer, critic, translator, scholar, and academician. Born on 8 October 1969 in Secunderabad, Uttar Pradesh, she knows English and Hindi besides Urdu. She holds master's degree in English and Urdu literature and a doctorate degree in Urdu literature. She is presently serving as a professor in Delhi University. She has 22 published books and about 150 articles in prestigious journals that include translations of articles and creative writings. She is the recipient of Delhi Urdu Academy Award for Translation in 2013. Bepanaha Shad Mani Ki Mamlikat is the Urdu translation of Arundhati Roy's English novel, The Ministry of Utmost Happiness, that is the tale of the troubled world from old Delhi to Kashmir and the forests of central India. The translator has used a lucid language and deployed apt metaphors and relatable expressions to ensure the cultural components of vast field from the source language reaches the target language. Translation is successful in presenting the starkness of many situations from the original, yet without making the readers in Urdu feel left out. As such, Sahitya Akademi is happy to confer its translation praise in Urdu on Arjumand Ara for her outstanding translation, Bepanan Shadmani Ki Mamlikat. Thank you. So with this, I thank the President and Vice President, and also once again congratulations to all the translation award winners for coming down to Thrissur to receive this prestigious prize. Now I request the chief guest of this evening, Sri Ranjit Hoskote, to address this august gathering.
I was actually so excited by everything I heard that I forgot that I had to do anything at all today. Let me just begin by saying how very happy I am to see so many translators together in one space. It's an extraordinary dedication that translators bring to their work. So let me begin more formally. Shri Kambarji, Shri Srinivas Rauji, Shri Madhav Kaushikji, distinguished members of the Sahitya Akademi, and all of you, friends and colleagues, fellow readers and writers. It's a very special honor for me to be part of this ceremony because, as Srinivas Rauji said earlier, I've been honored with this prize some years ago for bringing across into English the varks or verses of a 14th century mystic and poet called Lal Ded from Koshur, Kashmiri. And it is also a special moment because in institutional terms, the Sahitya Akademi's commitment to the project of translation has been extraordinary and visionary. And it's not easy to seek out translations, to honor them, to publish them. We call ourselves a multilingual country, but at the same time, there are many different barriers to the free flow of languages across South Asia. And this is why the Academy's commitment to not only the idea, but the lived experience of pluralism, of multilingualism, is so very crucial. Particularly at a time, as citizens of this country, we all know this, we know it every single day of our lives, there are forces that seek to narrow our consciousness, our imagination, our cultural possibilities. They seek to impose singular, monolithic ideas from above. Pluralism stands for the precise opposite. It stands for diversity, and which is why the translator plays such a key role in this process of keeping the doors and windows open, of learning from others, of extending one's own intellectual and cultural capacities. And I know from personal experience that the translator's task is completely thankless. It's very rarely that you have awards and honors of this kind coming your way. More often, what tends to happen is that someone who's never translated a thing in their lives will wake up and say, but that is not a literal translation. Over the years, I've learned the hard way to say that the simple answer is there can be no literal translations because there are no literal originals. The whole point of a literary text is that it yields itself to multiple readings. So there are no literal originals to provide literal translations for. The translator is exactly as creative as the producer of a so-called original text. So not only are we honoring the act of translation, we're also recognizing the fact that it is in every way a creative endeavor. It is not a secondary or a tertiary activity. And it demands an immense dedication because you are, in that sense, as a translator, midwifing something into the public sphere, into the world of readers. And that is an ethic. It's not only a creative practice, it also calls for a particular ethical dimension to your sensibility. I also want to dwell here on the appropriateness of the setting that we are in. Thrissur has its own very particular histories of cultural confluence. It's a matter of honor to be here and to be speaking here. Also, someone from another part of my life met me today as I walked in here. He is the son of a Malayalam and English poet called C.A. Joseph, who also was active as a translator really across the long 20th century. He lived from 1910 to 1994. And it occurred to me that this was almost a telepathic thing to happen, that not only was I in this city at an event dedicated to translation, but I was reminded of how much translation has been part of the life of this city, this state, this entire region. Kerala has always embodied I'm aware that I'm speaking largely to people from this state and telling you about yourselves. Do forgive the strangeness of this. But I'm expressing my admiration for the way in which Kerala, particularly the Malabar coast, the Canara coast, the Konkan coast, all of Western India, embodies cultural confluence. Not only have these regions absorbed cultural energies and impulses from the north and the east, produced their own vivid culture here, but they've been open to the oceans. This is a maritime scenario here. There's been a great openness to the Arab world, to Iran, to the East African seaboard, in ancient times to Rome, and in more proximate times to Europe. So the result of that is, in fact, this great cultural robustness, and the fact that you've always needed translators here. Kerala has been very proud of its own linguistic and literary traditions, but has also always been a crucible for the coming together of different languages. And the translator, the interpreter, the person bridging the linguistic gap, the role of that translator in Okay, fantastic. So the role of the translator or the interpreter or the person who bridges linguistic gaps has been very prominent in these bards, which of course reminds us that translation is the lifeblood of diversity, this diversity that we're so proud of. It articulates also the fact that whilst we can be anchored in what is comfortable to us, we're also seeking out something that isn't, something that is quite different. And in each case, as part of the citations, I found myself listening to what you were saying, Srinivas Raji. Each one of these translators has put themselves out into a language, a culture, a set of assumptions that they may not be born to, but which they embrace, which they learn from. And I think that that is crucial in a country that is as kaleidoscopic and as diverse as ours is. When you have so many different languages and language groups in adjacency, one possible response is to be mutually indifferent. Who cares what happens in another language? But that is unhelpful. What is far more important is that we should extend ourselves through a mutual curiosity and a responsiveness to the other. And this is very much what is happening. I also want to dwell very briefly. You've been a very patient audience, so I'm not going to hold you long. But in the last few months particularly, I found myself thinking that we tend to focus a great deal on the transmission of our deshabhashas, if you will, into English. This seems to play a great role in our cultural imagination. And it's important enough. I think it was very important, for instance, that Daisy Rockwell's translation of Ret Samadhi, Gitanjali Shri's marvelous and complex novel, it won the International Booker. And that's a major achievement. I'm in no way taking away from that. But I would say that it is equally vital that we should pick up on, as indeed everyone here is doing, many of them are doing, the tradition of translating from one, I'm going to use this term Deshbhasha, it's provisional, from one language within South Asia into another. And that's truly, truly very vital because it helps enrich these languages at a time when they're under a certain degree of threat. As I use the term Deshbhasha, I begin to think of how completely useless it actually is. We tend to call our languages regional languages. And I don't even understand why this is true, because most of our languages are actually global in their reach, in where they're present. Some years ago, I was working on an exhibition of M.F. Hussain in Doha, in Qatar, at the Mathaf Museum of Modern Art. And when we were thinking about which languages to put up the wall texts in, they usually do it in Arabic and English. And I said, we really need to do this also in Malayalam, because Malayalam is the largest language group in Qatar. This is the truth of the Gulf area. Malayalam is the largest language in that demography. So it's completely pointless to imagine that our languages are somehow bounded here. They've spread far and wide. There are languages that are shared, including those represented here, across the borders of South Asia. There are others that have gone far away to South Africa, North America, through global circulations. So I think there might be an argument for being proud of our languages, not because they're tied up in some regional box, but precisely because they are global in their reach and range and possibilities. And I'm going to conclude by suggesting that what we really need is this capaciousness of thinking about language, of thinking about its possibilities, and not constantly wondering from a defensive point of view why our languages suffer in relation to a dominant language, because that traps us in notions of let's get rid of English, or let's oppose Hindi, or let's do this or that. Antagonism should have no place in considerations of language and literature. The history of our subcontinent for thousands of years is that languages coexist, they inform each other, they live in each other. I'm very struck, one of the key languages of the city in which I live, Bombay, Marathi, if you look at its vocabulary, it turns out that 65 to 70% of the nouns in Marathi are actually Arabic or Persian. That speaks to multiple histories of that language. And this is true across our languages. In every one of our languages, there are other languages that live and breathe. And that really should be something we carry with us into our thinking about language. Not to use language as a weapon, but to use it as a bridge. It's also a bridge against forgetting, because particular languages have particular memories, they have particular experiences, and those deserve to be carried forward, not to be flattened and standardized and left behind. And this is the thought that I'm going to close with. Let's think about language and literature as a way forward to solidarity, to a well-anchored cosmopolitanism. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Ranjit Hoskoteji, for your very excellent and thought-provoking address. Now I request the Vice President Sahitya Akademi, Sri Madhav Kaushik ji, to address this August gathering.
परम आदरणीय डॉक्टर चंद्रशेखर कंबार जी, अध्यक्ष साहित्य अकादमी, श्री रंजीत जी, आज के समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि, राव साहब हमारे सचिव साहित्य अकादमी, और सभी अनुवाद के पुरस्कार विजेता लेखक, सबसे पहले तो मैं उन्हें बधाई देता हूँ, उनको और उनके पूरे परिवार को, क्योंकि कोई भी लेखक अगर किसी मकाम को हासिल करता है तो उसके पीछे उसकी पत्नी भी होती है और पूरा परिवार भी होता है। तो सबसे ज़्यादा उनको बधाई है, तो उनको उससे भी अधिक बधाई है। मित्रों, रंजीत जी, राव साहब और हमारे कंबार साहब के बाद दो बातें बैठे बैठे मेरे भी दिमाग में आई। हम साहित्य अकादमी की जितनी हमारी किताबें हैं, मैगजीन्स हैं, you will find one sentence there, and that is a quote by S. Radhakrishnan. Indian literature is one, though it is written in many languages. And these translators are those translators who have established this oneness of Indian literature. भारतीय साहित्य की जो एकात्मकता है, उस एकात्मकता को इन लोगों ने साबित किया है। नहीं तो ऐसा देश जिसकी हजारों हजार भाषाएं हैं, उन भाषाओं में कितना विपुल भंडार है, हम एक दूसरे को तभी जान पाते हैं जब कोई अनुवादक हमारे सामने उस चीज़ को रखता है। और अब तो किताबें छपने लगी। थोड़ा सा अगर पीछे जाके देखें तो जब किताबें नहीं छपती थी, सारा कुछ ओरल ट्रेडिशन में था, तब भी अनुवाद होते थे। हमारी पंचतंत्र की कहानियाँ आपको दुनिया की हर भाषा में मिलेंगी, चाहे वो बाइबल की कहानियाँ हों, चाहे जातक कथाएं हों, चाहे अरब की कहानियाँ हों। सिर्फ पात्र बदलते हैं, जगहों के नाम बदलते हैं, कहानियाँ वही रहती हैं। तो कोई ना कोई यहाँ से कहानी लेके पूरे दुनिया में जाता था, पूरी दुनिया की कहानी लेके यहाँ आता था। अगर अनुवादक नहीं होते तो मानव सभ्यता आज जहाँ खड़ी है वहाँ नहीं खड़ी होती। हम आज भी स्टोन एज में ही रहते, स्पेस एज तक जाने की कल्पना नहीं करते। एक बात और है, हिंदुस्तान में क्या पूरी दुनिया में बहुत सालों तक, बहुत सदियों तक अनुवाद के काम को थोड़ा सेकेंडरी काम माना गया, दोयम दर्जे का काम माना गया। लेकिन ज़रा ध्यान से देखिए, अनुवादक अपनी भाषा का सबसे बड़ा प्यार करने वाला आदमी होता है। एंड आई थिंक ही इज़ द मिशनरी ऑफ लिटरेचर। ऑल द ट्रांसलेटर्स आर द मिशनरीज ऑफ लिटरेचर। वो इतनी मेहनत करके अनुवाद करते हैं, एक सभ्यता को, संस्कृति को दूसरी में डालने की पूरी कोशिश करते हैं। और कोई भी आदमी खड़ा होकर कह देता है इट इज़ नॉट ट्रू टू ओरिजिनल, कोई भी कह देता है चलते हुए, बगैर ये देखे हुए कि उसने कितनी मेहनत की है। तो ट्रांसलेटर्स आर रियली द मिशनरीज ऑफ देयर लैंग्वेज। मिशनरी जील से काम करते हैं, गालियाँ भी खाते हैं। लोग उनको ये समझते हैं कि ये कोई जो सृजन का काम है वो ज़्यादा बड़ा काम है, ट्रांसलेटर का नहीं है। जब राव साहब इन सब की प्रशस्ति पढ़ रहे थे तो आपने एक बात और ध्यान रखी होगी, ये सबके सब ओरिजिनल राइटर हैं, लेकिन ये अपनी भाषा से इतना प्यार करते हैं, इनके मन में आता है, इनकी जिज्ञासा होती है कि मेरी भाषा में ये किताब होनी चाहिए। ये कोई पैसे के लिए काम नहीं करते, वो ललक है कि मैं अपनी मातृभाषा की झोली में ये किताब डालूं ताकि मेरी मातृभाषा और समृद्ध हो सके और एनरिच हो सके। ये मिशनरी भाव उनके मन में आता है, तब ये काम करते हैं, उसके लिए कष्ट उठाते हैं। और सच बात तो ये है कि अनुवाद करना, बाकी ज्ञान की जानकारी के जितने विषय हैं उनका अनुवाद करना बहुत आसान है, लिटरेचर का अनुवाद करना तो दुनिया का सबसे मुश्किल काम है। मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी में सिर्फ 2 किताबें ट्रांसलेट की और मुझे पता लगा कि ये काम कितना मुश्किल है, उसके बाद हिम्मत ही नहीं हुई। उन दिनों मैंने एक गीत लिखा, उसकी मुझे 2 लाइनें याद आ रही हैं। शब्दकोशों के हजारों शब्द लेकर, शब्दकोशों के हजारों शब्द लेकर, दर्द का अनुवाद कोई क्या करेगा। हाउ विल यू ट्रांसलेट द अंडरलाइंग पेन एंड agony despite the 1000 words of the dictionaries। हजारों शब्द होने के बाद भी ये वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने लेखकों के उस दर्द का अनुवाद किया है जो छिपा हुआ होता है। कविता में, कहानी में, उपन्यास में जो कुछ बोला जाता है उससे ज़्यादा जो बिल्कुल खामोश होता है, साहित्य का असली मर्म उसमें होता है। और इन लोगों ने उस मर्म को पकड़ा है। वी शुड बी थैंकफुल टू ऑल ऑफ द ट्रांसलेटर्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। आज दुनिया का हर आदमी, एक बात और सुनिए, ग्लोबलाइजेशन ने और संचार क्रांति के इस युग ने बहुत बुरे काम भी किए हैं। हमने खुद भाषण दिए हैं कि ग्लोबलाइजेशन के बड़े खतरे हुए हैं, कंज्यूमरिज्म बढ़ा है, लेकिन उसने एक अच्छा काम ये किया कि हमारी भारतीय भाषाओं का उद्धार कर दिया। हमारा सारा लिटरेचर अब पूरी दुनिया में है। हमारी हर भाषा का लिटरेचर हमारे इस मोबाइल में है। हम छोटे कस्बों में होते थे, हमें किताबें नहीं मिलती थी पढ़ने के लिए। अब पूरी दुनिया का कोश आप ही अपने मोबाइल से पढ़ सकते हैं। हर मैगजीन आती है, हर चीज़ आती है। तो इससे हमारा दायरा बढ़ा। दुनिया को पता लगा कि हमारी भाषा, हमारा साहित्य, भारतीय साहित्य कितना बड़ा है। पूरी दुनिया में, यूरोप के देशों में आप चले जाइए, you will find only 4 or 5 languages there. This is the only country which have 24 languages and thousands of dialects. तो आप अंदाज़ा लगाइए कि उसकी संवेदना की परिधि कितनी बड़ी है जो 24 भाषाओं में अपने साहित्य को रचता है। अब उस ग्लोबलाइजेशन ने ये चीज़ें दुनिया के सामने रखी और मैं ये दावे से कह सकता हूँ कि जो आने वाले डिकेड्स हैं, दे बिलोंग टू ट्रांसलेटर्स, नॉट द ओरिजिनल क्रिएटर्स। हिंदी की हमारे एक नावल को बुकर प्राइज मिला, उसके अंग्रेजी ट्रांसलेशन को मिला है। तो अब जो जो ट्रांसलेशन का स्फीयर बढ़ेगा, दुनिया जब ग्लोबलाइजेशन से एक विश्व ग्राम, जिसको हम कहते हैं ग्लोबल विलेज, जब ग्लोबल विलेज तक आ गई है तो हमारा साहित्य भी अब ग्लोबल होने जा रहा है और हो चुका है। भगवान करे कि इस देश में बहुत सारे ट्रांसलेटर पैदा हों, बहुत सारे मिशनरीज पैदा हों। और एक बात आपने, जब राव साहब पढ़ रहे थे तो आपने एक बात और ध्यान से देखी होगी, जितने ये ट्रांसलेटर्स हैं ये सारे एक भाषा, 2 भाषा नहीं, कई कई भाषाएं जानते हैं। दक्षिण का आदमी उत्तर की किताब को ट्रांसलेट कर रहा है, पूर्व का आदमी पश्चिम को ट्रांसलेट कर रहा है। हिंदुस्तान को अगर किसी ने एकता के सूत्र में बांधा है तो वो लीडर्स नहीं थे, वो साहित्यकार थे। और इन साहित्यकारों के सम्मान में सच बात तो ये है कि साहित्यकार स्वयं सम्मानित होता है। हम उनको सम्मान दे के अपने आप को गौरवान्वित करते हैं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद। नमस्कार।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। We have come to an end of this presentation of Sahitya Akademi Translation Prize 2021. I thank the President Sahitya Akademi, Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji, and the Chief Guest of this evening, Ranjit Hoskoteji. In spite of his busy schedule, he is attending today's our, because tomorrow again he has another event, he has to rush back. So with our request, he has spared for us. And also I thank Madhav Kaushikji and more than that, all the translators who have come from different parts of the country all the way to Thrissur to receive this translation award. And friends, tomorrow all these translators, award-winning translators, they will speak about their own journey and their experiences in translations in a translators meet that is going to be held in Kerala Sahitya Akademi auditorium. It is Town Hall Road. That will be, because it will start at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I request all of you to be there and make that event also success. And afternoon at 2:30 we have a Abhivyakti program in which it is a multilingual writers meet. So there is a poetry reading session and there is a discussion on translation, uniting the culture, and there will be story reading sessions tomorrow and day after. So I request all of you to join. And we have a now group photograph, and after which we are going to, as I already mentioned in the beginning, going to have a Carnatic vocal concert by K.R. Shamaji. So I request all of you to be present here and enjoy the concert. Thank you.
be seated, please, so that the concert can begin. Before Dr. Shyama begins the concert, I request Secretary Sahitya Akademi to come up on the dais and Sir Kaushik sir. Coming. Hello. Dr. Shyama is an eminent Carnatic vocalist. She is an assistant professor in the Government College for Women in Trivandrum, disciple of Dr. K. Omankutti. She is a graded artist in All India Radio. She has been performing for over 20 years and has taught hundreds of students. She is also a trained Hindustani vocalist and she learned under Pandit Ramesh Narayan. She is the recipient of Chembukkav Award and Tulsi Vana Puraskar. Today, she will be accompanied by Sunita Harishankar in violin, Chertala R. Jayadevan in mridangam, G. Manohar in ghatam. Thank you.
A very good evening to everyone. I, first of all, would like to thank the organizers for giving us this opportunity. I'll be presenting a few kritis of very famous composers in Carnatic music. I would start the concert with a Ganapati Kriti composed by Neelakanta Shivan in the ragam Nata, set to Aditala. கண்ணநாதனை கைதொழுகின்றேனே கண்ணநாதனை கைதொழுகின்றேனே கண்ணநாதனை கைதொழுகின்றேனே கண்ணநாதனை கைதொழுகின்றேனே கணநாதனை கைதொழுகின்றேனே கண்ணநாதனை Next, I would like to present a kriti of Sri Swatatirathal Maharaja in the ragam Revagupti, set to Chapatala. பதரதமயே கோபாலக பாஹி மாம் அன்வேஷம் தவ பதரதமயே கோபாலக பாஹி மாம் அன்வேஷம் அன்வேஷம் Next is a Kriti of Sri Pattanam Subramanya Iyer in Kadana Kutuhalam, set to Aditalam. Raghuvamsha Sudha Buddhi Chandra Shri 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 Rama Rama Rajeshwara Poet Sri Prabhavarma has composed a number of kritis in Malayalam and some in a mixture of Malayalam and Sanskrit. I had the great fortune to tune some of his kritis. Today, now I'll be presenting a kriti of Sri Prabhavarma in the Ragam Arabhi, set to Khanta Chapatalam. Since there are a lot of North Indian audience, a few North Indian audience here, I would like to sing a Meera Bhajan set to Yaman. This was originally sung by Lata ji, Lata Mangeshkar. केनो संग खेलूं होली, केनो संग खेलूं होली, पिया त्यज गए हैं अकेली, केनो संग खेलूं होली, पिया त्यज गए आजा Next is a Kriti composed by Shri Prabha Verma in the raga Bhairavi, set to Aditala. सारसोद्भवे शुभे सामसङ्गीत प्रिये सारसोद्भवे शुभे सामसङ्गीत प्रिये स्वयं प्रभे सालभजिका समाचारुते स्वयं प्रभे सालभजिका समाचारुते स्वयं प्रभे प्रभे सोमसन् देवानां प्रिये भक्त सौभाग्य प्रदे सत्य प्रसादात्मिके भक्त सौभाग्य प्रदे सत्य प्रसादात्मिके भक्त सौभाग्य सत्य प्रसादात्मिके देवज्ञां प्रिये वेदसाधके सरस्वते देवज्ञां प्रिये वेदसाधके सरस्वते तेजसात्मिके सिन्दूरारुणाकृते वन्दे तेजसात्मिके सिन्दूरारुणाकृते वन्दे I'll wind up the concert with a Tillana composed by Sri Prabha Verma. Nadradim ta dhim dhim ta dhirana. Nadradim ta dhim dhim ta dhirana. Dhirana. Nadradim ta dhim dhim ta dhirana. Dhirana. Nadradim ta dhim dhim ta dhirana. Dhirana dhirana. Nadradim ta dhim dhim ta dhirana. Dhirana dhirana. Nadradim ta dhim dhim ta dhirana. Dhirana dhirana nagradim tadim dim da dhirana 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 मङ्गलं सन्मङ्गलम् आनन्दचिन्मय मङ्गलं मङ्गलं सन्मङ्गलम् आनन्दचिन्मय मङ्गलं मण्णिनाकाशत्तिनुं काचिन्नुं अग्निक्युं जलत्तिनुं
Thank you very much, Dr. Shyama, and of course, thanks to Sunitha Harishankar, Jay Devan sir, and Manohar. And it was such a fabulous concert. It's pity that we have to have such a short one, and with more audience, of course, obviously. And to all those who are present, thank you very much. And we'll continue our programs tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in Kerala Sahitya Akademi. Thank you.